the Reviewer. You review it, I review you. This is my partner, Mr. It. Hey, guess what? It's Pokemon's 20th anniversary!
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was.
That's right. 20 years ago on this day of February 27th, Pokemon Red version and Pokemon Green version released in Japan. This game series would eventually take the world by storm. And 20 years later, it's still just as popular as ever with both kids and adults. And in celebration, we're going to be taking a look at the Animenia review of Pokemon the Movie 3. Don't you start with me!
The rain pelts figuratively against the melted sand as I look back on my previous reviews of the Pokemon movies, the vision stained sepia by my own razor-aged insecurities. I've made so many mistakes, from inadvertently insulting my apparently substantial transvestite fanbase to not giving proper credit for a picture I used. I suddenly see the picture before me clear as day, the adorable representations of legendary dragons mocking me with their happy expressions and clean lines. The artist responsible, Nux the Killer, was not credited in that video.
Yeah, stuff like that can really make you feel awful. It's a good thing we don't make mistakes like that.
Man, I hate overblown noir narration. It sickens my soul. Sickens my soul to the very pit of my being, like milk on my cereal.
Now that is irony!
I wonder like a fox what JewWario is doing.
Cats are funny.
Oh, JewWario, how you represented a simpler breed of internet critics.
The Pokemon MMO. It doesn't seem possible, with over 13 movies still to review. Am I really strong enough to last through the advanced generation?
What's wrong with the advanced generation? Well, yeah, but it's not really that bad.
I'm not sure it's even... Dude, I wasn't finished!
Oh, sorry.
Oh, hey, as long as you guys are breaking at least 7 laws of physics, you up for another review?
You know, this really shouldn't be possible.
Oh, and it's somehow more plausible to just talk into the camera and have them magically able to hear you?
Good point.
Secret of the trade. We all use a Skype network that's only accessible by internet critics.
By the way, Phalos, are you just drawn to pockets of meta activity or something?
I can't really help it. Not many people know this, but I'm actually Phalos, the long-forgotten Greek god of metaphysical paradoxes and plot holes. And also cats.
That doesn't surprise me.
So... Pokemon?
Pokemon.
Awesome!
Hey, Linkara. Hey, Jewel. Ah!
Ah! Kill it with fire!
Okay, look. I don't want to get into trouble with, I don't know, the just out of botched plastic surgery section of my fan base, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, it is really hard to be PC these days.
Let's just let the admin decide. Ready when you are, Mr. Big Screen.
I have a name, you know. Oh, sweet Georgia Brown, what happened to his face? He looked like a wiener covered in mustard.
So, you like it?
He literally just insulted his face! What do you think?
You will be advised if our assets are to change. Get that pixelated abomination off of your skin or you will be banned forthwith.
Okay, fine.
That's right. The last thing we need in the game is more ugly character design. We got enough complaints about Trubbish.
What are you talking about? Trubbish is adorable! Just look at him! Oh, he's so cute!
Behold your third trial. Pokemon the Movie 3. The Spell of the Unknown.
Shouldn't that be Pokemon 3, the movie?
We already had this argument. Moving on.
Laugh it up while you can, chuckleheads. This movie is notorious for being hard to make fun of. Your attempts to pick it apart will be of great interest to me. Us.
I'm starting to think something is afoot.
Is that a challenge?
Bring it on, Zardoz.
Gaze into the abyss.
Pokemon 3 came out in the year 2001, when the original zeitgeist was just starting to cool down from a global phenomenon to a simmering hardcore fandom, much like Star Wars before the prequels came out. This was the last movie to receive a wide theatrical release outside of Japan, with all future movies receiving either a limited run or just going straight to DVD or even a Cartoon Network premiere.
God, I miss the days when Pokemon movies actually came to all theaters.
The first one was hyped through the roof, as you'd expect. The second one arguably even more so, considering how world-shattering they made it look. But then it was just, hey you guys, new movie coming out, go see it and stuff.
You only got one trading card, too.
with Pokemon the Movie 2000, you only got one trading card that you couldn't even use in an actual game. Stop complaining!
It opens with a flawlessly executed multi-plane animation sequence.
Yeah. Seriously, this was not what I was expecting. I mean, let's see. The first movie started with freaking bubbles. The second one began with a half-decent shot of the ocean. But here, the assets are well animated. The movement is crisp. There's even a pull focus, guys. An honest to Arceus pull focus. This is the kind of opening that really sucks you in. And since the setting is more intimate, that's really what you need to engage your audience.
It's okay. I mean, I guess for Pokemon it's impressive, but other than that, it's just fine.
This is the way to open a sequence.
Suede, you're drooling.
Oh, sorry. Hey!
Dude, it's the first shot. It's cool you like it, but geez, no need to go Mr. Plinkett on it.
Hey, stop giving Suede shit about his opinion. Me.
These are legendary Pokemon, Molly.
This is the one you're looking for, isn't it?
Yes, I've been looking for it ever since... for a long time now.
It looks funny.
Funny? Oh, we are so kidnapping her dad.
Spoilers!
Last I checked, Unknown isn't a legendary Pokemon. It's arguably the easiest to find Pokemon in Gold and Silver.
I don't know. Considering the fact that in the games the scientists need a frickin' 10-year-old to solve a picture puzzle, it doesn't surprise me that they haven't found jack shit.
Oh, this is movie logic. You can't really compare the games to it. Otherwise we'd be wondering why Giovanni never threw a Master Ball at Mewtwo.
That and stuff like why Slowpoke needs a shelter in order to evolve in the show, but in the game it can just evolve by leveling.
Guys,
Then I am Entei.
Jesus Christ, what is up with Suede's eyes? They're just two black dots lingering there, staring into your soul!
The reason for this impromptu make-believe session was because apparently Entei is the noble steed of the magical fairy princess.
That reminds me, why don't we have a Pokemon RPG that takes place in a swords and sorcery setting? I mean, the closest thing we've got to that is Pokemon Conquest.
Molly, the young girl, really likes Entei because, well, look at him, he's freaking boss. And she says that her dad reminds her of him.
Entei's real big and strong, but it's still nice. Just like you are, Papa.
Well, of course I remind you of Entei, dear girl. I'm Dan freaking Green, the most majestic American voice actor in all of anime. Now climb on my back.
That might be my absolute favorite line in the entire review.
This piece cannot last, though, since it'd be a very boring movie if it did. Unless Miyazaki directed it. Did Miyazaki direct this?
Miyazaki. You're asking me if Hayao Miyazaki, the Steven Spielberg of anime, the highest grossing director in all of Japan, directed Pokemon 3?
Yes?
No, he didn't do this one.
Actually, seeing Miyazaki direct an expanded universe Pokemon movie would be awesome!
Anyway, Molly's dad is called away via Skype to investigate a new development at his archaeological dig.
Wait, Molly's dad's an archaeologist? Hey, that's great. We finally have an example of the male version of the gorgeous scientist stereotype.
Never let it be said that anime is not equal opportunity.
I'll be back just as soon as I can.
and he was never heard from again.
Sad part is, you're not entirely wrong on that.
Just kidding. After arriving in the Afghan Egyptistan through the power of the establishing shot, Dan Green does his best Keanu Reeves impression.
Whoa.
Holy crap, a giant rock!
There is writing on that giant rock. Any archaeologist will be excited about that.
Since when do Pokemon send people to Lovecraftian limbo dimensions?
Are you new? Pokemon's always had this pervading sense of creepiness and outright horror at times for those who know where to look for it. Cubone wears his mother's skull. Kadabra was once a human child. Heck, Yamask is a human soul that carries a mask in the shape of his once living face while retaining the memories of his previous life.
And let's not forget that Phantump is the spirit of a child who died in the forest. Bayonet is a discarded doll that grew resentment for its former owner. And Hypno kidnaps children.
No kidding.
Hey, if I had to choose what happened after I died, I could think of worse things than turning into a Pokemon.
Yeah, you could be stuck looking like this for all eternity.
I thought I'd keep up with the cutting edge of technology and...
You're like using a cutting edge right now. You know, in a way, this is almost a continuation of the dark Geiger-esque imagery in the first movie. Could it be that Nintendo want to take the movies in a more mature and intriguing direction?
I doubt it.
Yeah, it's totally a fluke.
There's no connection there. You'd be a fool and a communist to make one.
La la la, I love being a kid. The sun is out, the bird-type Pokemon are singing.
Bird isn't a type of Pokemon. Me, 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 me. That's a glitch, it doesn't count.
Molly, I should tell her.
Honestly, by this point in the movie, I think we did need a reminder that this was Pokemon.
Hey, look. Just like letters.
Okay, here's where they changed it from the Japanese version.
Oh, for the love of... honestly, is there no limit to how low 4 kids will stoop? All right, what did they do this time? Inappropriate music?
Nope.
Censorship of ethnicity?
Nope.
What the hell could they possibly even censor in this scene?
Well, what is it?
Well, in that version, because it's in widescreen, we see more clearly that Molly wrote Mama, Scrabble style, against the words Papa, which is actually a pretty weak move, as it would only give her 8 points.
Dude, not cool!
Oh, sorry.
Seriously though, how come they never made an actual Pokemon Scrabble using the unknown as the letters? I mean, hell, they've put their logo on God knows how many other board games, so why not that one?
Anyways, because of that, 4 Kids extended the line she says here to...
They're together with me.
Whereas in the original, she just said Papa.
Yeah? And?
That's it.
That's it? Really? I'm almost disappointed.
Yeah, don't you just hate it when movies give you absolutely nothing to bitch about?
So after the letters glow blue, signifying she got a double letter score, this happens.
Oh sure, JewWario can't make the Scrabble jokes, but when you do it, it's fine.
Oh, hey there, little guy. What are you doing?
Yes, it seems Molly suffers from Miyazaki's disease, a common ailment in anime children wherein all their sense of shock and self-preservation is replaced with innocent wonder.
So you're sure Miyazaki didn't direct this one?
And in this book, the artist imagined what some of them might look like.
Then I am Entei.
His impression of Entei was so terrible.
That joke was terrible.
Hey, I like the movie so far. According to the official Internet Critics Law book, if I like a movie, that means I can say whatever the heck I want about it without any consequences.
He's right, you know.
Actually, I think it's Section 6, subsection Gamma.
He's right, guys. Subsection Delta's the dress code. Incidentally, why can't we have nose rings?
Because those rings are for punks, little mister. Okay, now that is some beautiful animation.
You guys do realize what's happening here, right? The unknown are amplifying and physically manifesting a young girl's post-traumatic stress disorder.
Whoa.
Wait, you're not implying...
Oh, you bet I am. At least so far, Pokemon 3 is Silent Hill for kids.
I think I'm gonna go stare at a wall for a while and rethink everything.
Now what fresh horror will this movie see fit to unleash upon us? Oh yeah, Ash. Forgot about him.
I know, right? What did any of that have to do with Ash?
Oh, I'm sure they'll find some way. You know how it is. They'll find out that Ash is the reincarnation of the great Poke Messiah who set up the whole thing so that Ash can learn something about himself that he'll forget about completely in the TV show.
Well, Ash's actual connection is much less stupid, but no less contrived.
Well, that's not important right now. It's time for the opening conflict.
Wondering what adventures await them as they travel into unknown territory. Never suspecting.
See what he did there?
Linkara, get the chessboard.
Are any of you guys Pokemon trainers? Yeah, I'm Ash Ketchum from Pallet, and I want to be a Pokemon master.
And I'm desperate.
Well, yeah, it's Brock. Is this really news?
I'm a trainer too. Want to battle? Go ahead, Ash. right?
It's not like I have a choice, seeing as I made eye contact with you and all.
That rule is bullshit. I've been forced into battles despite looking in the other direction.
Man, I love this fight scene.
Oh? Why's that?
Well, for one thing, it looks like they used all the leftover animation budget from 2000 on it. For another, it's probably one of the most realistic Pokemon battles ever put to film. There's no cutaways, no overly dramatic moves. It actually looks like two animals fighting.
I think I see what you're talking about.
Personally, I love looking at the trainers dodge projectile attacks. Seriously, that's something that's always bothered me in the anime.
Even the victory dances are so lovingly animated. It's like the director just put everyone in a room and said, you know what? Let's just cut the crap for once.
The whole thing is so good, it completely distracts you from the fact that they used Comic Sans as the font for the credits.
Mother of mercy, you're right!
Well played, 4Kids.
I don't know, I think that font kind of fits.
Oh, crap! I forgot to pick up my Butterfree!
I don't even get it. I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen the earlier seasons of the anime, but didn't Ash release his Butterfree?
Oh, come on. If Pikachu could beat Golem in one hit, he should be able to beat Quagsire. Both of them have ground as a secondary type.
Especially considering the fact that Quagsire's primary type is water.
Well, after the fight, they find out the trainer's name is Lisa, and she's heading to a place called Greenfield.
Greenfield's supposed to be a beautiful little town with beautiful gardens and a beautiful mountain with a beautiful mansion right at the top. Yeah, everything in Greenfield's beautiful.
Everything's beautiful in Greenfield.
We get it!
Get what? I still want to know if this Greenfield place is worth visiting. Is it pretty?
Nah, the place is a barren wasteland.
Oh no, they've stumbled into Final Fantasy 13.
Oh, screw you.
Beautiful fields of flowers that turn into a bizarre crystal wasteland that obliterates the entire...
It really is Final Fantasy 13.
Actually, it really is scary how much like Final Fantasy 13 that is.
Which appears to have originated from the hilltop mansion of renowned Pokemon researcher Spencer Hale, whose wife mysteriously disappeared 2 years...
Wait, hang on. Molly's mum disappeared in some ruins too? What is it with the unknown in this kid's family?
Well, apparently in the Japanese version, it was revealed that Professor Hale's wife left him because he was so obsessed with the unknown. Either way, it's pretty tragic.
That girl needs therapy.
Why'd they change that? It's not like it would make the movie any darker.
How much more can Spencer go through?
Hey, shouldn't Ash's dad be in those photos? Ugh, either Ash has the ultimate deadbeat dad, or... Nah.
Oh, come on. We all know Ash has a dad. One day he'll show up and Ash will realize that Professor Oak was truly the father figure in his life.
Sure, Ash considers Professor Oak a good friend, but I don't think he considers him a father figure.
Or that it was Giovanni.
Or maybe the reason Professor Oak acted as Ash's father figure was because he was...
It's a kid's show! That's not what happened!
Oh, one can go on with this for hours.
Don't worry, Linkara. I won't let him ruin your childhood.
You're one to talk, you poker shipper.
Unless he does 18-plus material, there's no reason to give him shit about that.
You've known Spencer since you were a schoolgirl, haven't you?
I'm worried about him, Professor. And I'm worried about Molly.
Hey, did you guys hear that? Mrs. Kitchen's voice actor just slipped into Ash for a second. I didn't even know they were played by the same woman.
No, I didn't hear that. But it does make sense to have a parent and child be played by the same voice actor.
Ash is played by a girl?
Oh, yeah, it's just like Bart Simpson in Ben 10. Some women are just really good at prepubescent male voices.
Bart Simpson is played by a girl? Wait, and you're giving me problems?
I don't want to offend anybody, but let's be honest. Females playing males is much more accepted than males playing females.
At least show some kind of embarrassing affection.
That's my Pokemon master.
There we go.
I'm doing great.
Okay, am I the only one distracted by the fact that Pikachu is totally copying a feel right here? You're just bitter because you're not the lucky yellow bastard.
Ash's mom, I'm not calling her Delia, explains to the group exactly what the haps is with the Hales.
I'm down here in the his house. You know, the Heezy.
First, Spencer's wife disappeared.
And now all this...
She didn't disappear. She left the guy because he was a workaholic.
Ah, let it go. The film's dark enough as it is.
Again, I don't think it would have made much of a difference.
Speaking of which...
What is that?
I have come for you.
Take me to her. Take me to my child.
Boom! Fast, adequately foreshadowed, and believable high-stakes conflict.
Oh yeah, shit just got real, bitch!
Why didn't Ash use his Pokédex on Entei when he had the chance? He didn't know it was gonna take his mom at first.
I don't know, something tells me it wouldn't have worked anyway because Entei is an illusion.
We're then treated to another dose of adorable creepiness.
Thank you, Papa. Can we all stay here forever?
If that is what you wish.
This girl has issues that would give Freud a headache.
But she's so cute, and it's so sad.
Man, I wish they would animate the mouth movements like that more often.
Your world is getting bigger.
It's so pretty, Papa.
Sure, if you like crystals. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I know a lot of girls with stupid hair that love crystals. I mean...
Look, Molly, everything the choking death crystals from another dimension touch is your kingdom.
Okay, this illustrates a slight problem that I have with this review. I feel like they were trying too hard to incorporate all the jokes that all three of them came up with. I feel like they should have just picked the best joke for each scene and moved on. Personally, my vote is for the Lion King joke.
You know, this is actually pretty heavy stuff. This omnipotent potential has been placed in the hands of a grief-stricken girl, and she's slowly destroying the world while extorting others to enact her trauma-enhanced fantasies.
Oh, we know. This is just our way of coping with it.
Yeah. Heck, right now both of you look like my mother. Why are you leaving me, Mother?
I had a joke here, but it's probably too much in bad taste, so I think it's time to finally cash in my get-out-of-joke-free card.
Okay, well, yeah, we see that Entei has been revered since caveman times as a legendary Pokemon, and that he was apparently worshipped as an Egyptian god at one point. Nothing less from Dan Green.
Yeah, Dan Green isn't an Egyptian god, he controls the Egyptian gods.
All of a sudden, Charizard!
Yay! Wait, huh?
That's somewhat random.
I know, why would they just show Charizard there unless...
Awesome!
So does that mean we're going to get cameos from Pidgeot and Butterfree and Haunter and, I guess not.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so, just because out of all these Pokemon, Charizard is the only one that still technically belongs to Ash.
Then the authorities actually show some intelligence for once and attempt to excavate the crystal rather than wait around for a 10-year-old kid to save the world.
But that goes against the ways of not only the movies, but the entire freaking franchise!
I know it's hard to believe, but there's no other explanation.
You know, you really shouldn't have to convince Professor Oak of anything, Guy. You saw the unknown with your own eyes. It's not your fault Professor Oak doesn't accept an eyewitness account from a registered scientist.
Also considering the fact that this isn't the strangest thing that has happened in Pokemon before or since.
This is just like before, Papa!
Except you're a lot hairier.
Is he, though?
I'm not gonna wait around anymore, Pikachu! It's up to us to save Mom on our own. Pika!
Screw the police! I'm the chosen one!
This is Pokemon. The police are very rarely useful. Hell, in the first game, they actually prevent you from solving a crime. Pokegear. The most annoying piece of technology in the entire Pokemon franchise.
We then catch up with Team Rocket, who are showing remarkable intelligence and flying over the crystal. Why doesn't Ash just do that with Noctowl or something?
Ah, but then Entei appears and demonstrates why they can't just fly over.
That and the fact that Noctowl isn't big enough to carry Ash, much less Ash and his friends.
Team Rocket!
Dude, that was pretty brutal. I hope they're okay.
You kidding? These are the guys that survive a 50-foot drop every episode. They're fine.
A 50-foot drop after getting electrocuted. Or blown up.
He is so grounded.
Ash, get down from there this second!
Mama, what's wrong?
True motherly instincts will always break through.
After that, we get a bit more exposition regarding the unknown, specifically how they manifest the dreams and desires of those they connect with.
So, Professor Hale desired to be sucked into a hell dimension?
No, wait. Maybe his desire was to see his daughter happy. Then the unknown read this and kidnapped him so that the tiles would be transported to his home so that they could grant Molly's desires.
I don't know, that's pushing it. But I can't think of a better explanation, so I'll go with it.
How about Professor Hale's desire to find the unknown, so they took him to a dimension where there's nothing but unknown?
Cyndaquil, flamethrower!
Jeepers, that was hardcore!
Crap just got real!
Sometimes I think you guys are way too easily impressed.
That was really intelligent! Holy crap, they actually used their Pokemon in smart and logical ways, rather than, I don't know, having Ash body check the window and have the power of destiny be the reason it doesn't grow back.
Well, I hope you enjoyed it, because that very rarely happens.
After we follow Team Rocket as they do what they do best, which is to say they discover the source of infinite power and look at it, we get the funniest line of the movie.
Come on.
I haven't seen this many strange letters since the last time I placed a personal ad.
A joke I'm sure no child understood.
Maybe I'm not old enough to have Pokemon.
I'm pretty sure that if preschoolers can be Pokemon trainers, you're pretty safe, or you could do that.
Well, technically you're not allowed to be an actual Pokemon trainer until you're at least 10.
So now she's a 16-year-old with a 4-year-old's mind.
So she's just like a regular teenager. Hey-oh!
That joke was way too easy. I expect more from you, Suede.
Easy. By any chance, would your name be Molly?
That's right. My name's Molly Hale. Brock, she can't be Professor Hale's daughter. She's too old.
Hey, how did he know that was Molly?
Oh, Brock has a sixth sense that tells him whether a girl is off limits or not. He was able to tell that Ash wasn't a girl when he dressed up in drag that one time, remember?
No, the reason why Brock didn't fawn over Ash's disguise is because of the age difference.
Zubat, I choose you!
And that wasn't.
A Zubat? It's a 3-on-3 battle, you only have like 4 Pokemon, and you choose Zubat?
Actually,
what's wrong with Zubat, other than the countless hordes of them that always appear in caves?
My Onyx is just how I like to rock and roll.
Rock and roll, huh? That's funny.
Hey, I made you laugh. That's my first victory today.
It's like he has trouble turning it off.
Guy needs a girlfriend bad.
Boy, this Crystal Empire sure has a lot of stairs.
Oh my god, I can't believe I understood that joke.
Molly, have you seen this?
Wait, but isn't she down there with... Huh?
Good grief, no wonder she's tired. I heard girls were better at multitasking, but dang!
The Molly that's downstairs is an illusionary doppelganger.
You're by yourself a lot, aren't you, Molly? Yeah. Have you been lonely? Maybe a little.
I got something in my, manly thing.
Yeah, me too.
Just let it out, guys. Just let it out.
Anyway, Ash's mom finally breaks it to Molly that she's not her mom. She takes it about as well as you'd expect.
Oh crap, she's going to impale them on crystal spikes. What a hippie way to go.
Yeah, that's usually how people die in D&D.
Freelet jumps into the pit to gather the treasure. How much does Freelet get?
It's a trap.
No.
The pit is filled with sharp, gem-encrusted spikes. Freelet, the fanatic of Glossamere, is impaled and dies.
Come on, let's go!
Hey, don't just run away. If the book's prophesizing this, turn to the last page and find out how this all ends.
It's not prophesizing anything. It's the inspiration for Molly's fantasies.
So the dark worm Giratina rises from its eternal slumber and crushes the princess's bones before devouring the earth and condemning its inhabitants to endless insanity. Good to know.
Again, Sword and Sorcery Pokemon RPG. Make it happen.
Molly starts going berserk, and Ash tries to fight off a legendary Pokemon with a Totodile. Seriously.
What?
Well, consider what Pokemon Ash had at this point in the series, which would be Pikachu, Noctowl, Bulbasaur, Chikorita, Cyndaquil, and Totodile. Now, considering the fact that Entei is a fire type and Totodile is a water type, quite frankly, Ash could have made a much worse choice.
It looks like Ash Ketchum's blasting off again. What the?
I can't believe it!
What? Okay, I know they foreshadowed this somewhat with the scene earlier, but this still comes flipping out of nowhere. I mean, come on, this is totally unrealistic. Do they really expect us to buy that Charizard just happened to...
Ash is fighting an Entei on a Charizard, Linkara. I think your argument is invalid.
Think nothing, it is!
No more fighting!
Yes, you see now, don't you, Molly? Pokemon aren't meant to fight. Not like this.
Not like this!
No, Pokemon aren't meant to fight to the death like this. Just let this joke go, guys.
Professor, something's happening!
It's the unknown. They've generated so much psychic energy that they're unable to control it any longer.
How do you know that? I said, how do you know that? Answer me, dang it!
Yeah, Professor Oak doesn't really have any real way of telling what's going on.
I'm pretty sure Pokemon don't have psychic reserves.
What makes you so sure of that? I mean, between the unknown, they could probably be creating a big ball of energy in between themselves.
Oh, blah, blah, plot device. What's Ash gonna do?
Why does this keep happening to me?
Because Ash is a headstrong idiot.
Molly, you have to believe in Entei. Believe it can stop the unknown, and it will!
Entei pushes through the unknown shield and disrupts the psychic core.
That's actually kind of sad when you think about it. Entei is really just an illusion, so doing this would pretty much blink him out of existence. He finally has a choice in the matter, and he's still sacrificing his life for Molly.
Well, yeah, but did he need to? Last I checked, Molly was still in control of everything.
If Molly was still in control, I don't think more spikes would keep appearing.
I must go now.
My planet needs me!
The unknown return everything back to normal and bring Professor Hale back to the land of the living.
Actually, that's the only other major change from the Japanese version.
What is?
That short scene where Professor Hale is dumped back from the Hell Dimension was originally played during the end credits. 4Kids moved it earlier so that kids leaving early wouldn't ask their parents disturbing questions. I actually think it was a pretty good idea.
Actually, yeah, it is a pretty good idea.
This is a movie that can be enjoyed no matter what your stance on Pokemon. It's just a good family film.
The fuck just happened there?
Return here when you're ready for what is perhaps the most polarizing movie yet. Pokemon Forever.
Oh man, I hate that one. Can't we skip it?
Not on your life.
I don't know, guys. I'm not sure I can give an objective review on Pokemon 4. I just think it sucks.
Wait, we can work around this. If we can find someone who genuinely loves it, maybe we'd be able to balance it out.
Yeah, but where would we find someone like that?
Oh, hey! It's...
My guess is just otaku. Anyway, this review is really good. While there are quite a few editing mistakes, and again, I feel like they try a little too hard to incorporate too many jokes, it was still really entertaining. You really get the feeling that these three really loved this movie, and only criticized it because they loved it. Suede, Linkara, and JewWario really work well off of each other, which makes it all the more depressing that the late JewWario will never be involved with another one of these reviews. Well, okay, he's in the beginning of the next one, but still. And with that said, I think it's about time I address this properly. JewWario was a great entertainer. He went to such great lengths just to entertain all of us. So let it be known that he is greatly missed, not just by the people who knew him, but by the people who were entertained by him. With that said, I would like to officially dedicate this review to him. May he rest in peace. As for Pokemon, it's been a great 20-year run. Here's to 20 more. I'm the reviewer. You review it, I review you.
Everybody wants to be a master. Everybody wants to show their skills. Everybody wants to get